If there's one thing DC Animation loved doing in the 2000s to 2010s, it was making one-off adaptations of famous comic stories. I talked about All-Star Superman before. This time we're taking a trip to Gotham to talk about the 2010 adaptation of Batman Under the Red Hood. Much like All-Star Superman and basically every other animated adaptation, Under the Red Hood takes several liberties when it comes to adapting the comic. It hits the broad strokes of Jason Todd returning from the dead, tormenting Batman, going to war with Black Mask, kidnapping the Joker, and having a final standoff with Batman. The biggest differences come in their finer details. For starters, the movie cuts out several characters from the comic. The comic came out in 2005 to 2006, smack dab in the middle of the Grant Morrison run. So characters like Damian Wayne, Cassandra Cain, and Oracle were firmly part of the Bat family. Also appearing in the comic were wider DC characters like Superman, Green Arrow, Zatanna, Onyx, and Chemo. The Secret Society were also hired by Black Mask in the book, and got replaced with original characters the Fearsome Hand of Four for the movie. They kept Nightwing, Amazo, Alfred, and Black Mask, of course, and the main trio of Batman, Joker, and Red Hood. It's their movie, after all. The next big change is the pacing. The book is explicitly said to take place over the course of several weeks, 5 to be exact. Due to the movie only being an hour and 15 minutes, there isn't any clear indication of the movie happening for more than a week at most. The exclusion of several characters also leads to things being heavily condensed as well, with the only things from the original happening being Red Hood attacking the crime bosses, the Amazo fight, Red Hood firing a bazooka at Black Mask, the big unmasking fight, Bruce and Jason teaming up, which by the way happens after the identity reveal in the comic, and then there was the abandoned building fight with the iconic him or me decide now moment. So yeah, the book timeline goes like this. Open on the identity reveal right before the unmasking, flashback to 5 weeks ago in Wayne Manor, jump to the crime boss encounter, Black Mask recruits Mr. Freeze while Batman and Nightwing take on Amazo at the docks and encounter Red Hood for the first time. Freeze shows up and a fight breaks out over, get this, 100 pounds of kryptonite. Then some stuff happens where Bruce consults Zatanna, Superman, and Green Arrow about dying in resurrection after suspecting Red Hood might be Jason. Onyx's whole subplot about teaming up with Red Hood before being attacked, leading into the rooftop fight. Alfred checking Jason's grave with Bruce, and we get a flashback to when Jason was still Robin. Bruce hunts Jason down, Black Mask hires Deathstroke and a couple of members of the Secret Society, and a team-up happens between Batman and Red Hood. There's some other stuff with some decoy Red Hoods and Black Mask, and then we get to the Joker being held hostage, which earlier in the book, the kidnapping took place. Big final showdown, building goes boom, and Red Hood is missing after the smoke clears. The movie is a lot less complicated than that. It starts with Ra's al Ghul realizing he messed up big time helping Joker kidnap Robin, and then we see Batman fail to save Jason after the explosion that followed some crowbar action. We get the crime boss scene, a different take on the Amazo fight, and a Joker interrogation. Batman and Nightwing chase Red Hood for a bit, and it leads to Bruce suspecting Jason is back, confronting Ra's about it. Black Mask lets Joker loose, which leads to a bridge fight ending with Joker being kidnapped. Bruce and Jason fight on the roof, identity reveal, then the abandoned building showdown that ends with a big explosion. Like I said, quite condensed. And what do I think of these changes? Honestly, I like the simpler approach of the movie. It follows the small trend these adaptations had of making the story more digestible while staying true to the essence of the comic. The original book is highly regarded as one of the best modern Batman stories, and rightfully so. They had to simplify it due to it being published right as Infinite Crisis came out, so a lot of the book is handling Batman during a time where Ted Kord's dead, Brother Eye's hijacked, and the DC Trinity is at odds over Wonder Woman killing Maxwell Lord. So throwing the dead Robin coming back and bleeding it into the ongoing Batman book while this is all happening is definitely something. Try picturing a version of the movie where there's an implied Infinite Crisis happening without any proper build-up. It's crazy, right? The movie also restructures the latter part of the story, having Jason revealing his identity lead right into the final showdown rather than coming before the sequence where they team up to fight Black Mask's hired guns. I also don't mind the removal of the Secret Society, especially because it'd be easier to replace Big Leaguer Deathstroke and Minor League's Count Vertigo, Hyena, and that really outdated Shazam villain if the goal is to keep it as self-contained as possible. Just like with All-Star Superman, my consensus is that Under the Red Hood is also a pretty good movie. It serves its purpose well and is regarded as one of the best Batman movies done in animation. If you're a fan of the comics, you can buy the original story to read on Amazon or wherever you buy comics. If you're looking to watch the movie, it's available on Max for free, or you can buy or rent it online as well. And that brings this issue of From Page to Screen to a close. Catch y'all later. Same bat time, same bat channel.